Oh, well, holy fucking shit. Believe it or not, I actually recorded audio for this and I was talking, but for some reason it was really, really fucking quiet and completely and totally overshadowed the game. Or no, was overshadowed by the game. Anyway, this is Doom 3, one of my favorite games of all time. I think it's, in all honesty, a very metal game, especially with Resurrection of Evil and Lost Mission, where you go through hell or much longer periods of hell than with this. And this is a really fun game, and it was recently on sale on Steam for $5. So if you want to get it, now's a good time, or you can check it out. I mean, it's not too expensive, really. I want to say it's either 20 or 30 bucks. It might be 29.99, and it's a great game. Very fun. I really like going through it. Oh, it's a little weird though. I'm gonna point out something here in just a second. But look, I just want you to look at the size of this fucking PDA they give me. Look at that. Look at that right there. That's like 5 fucking iPhones strapped together right there. Isn't that just beautiful? Isn't it beautiful how technology... And look at that. This is like a fucking laser disc back there. Now I'm gonna pick this up in just a second. I just want you to think about what exactly this represents. So there you see, because it got console up, he's gonna go over and he's gonna pick up lasers. But did you see the size of that goddamn thing? And then look at the PDA. And now I just have this as a video disc. I can just play that on there now, but I'm like, I don't know how. Do I take the disc and I shove it in? Do I just rub them together and hope they like download or some shit? I don't know. Oh. Something else I'm going to have to point out, even though this is a great game, you can really tell its age. I mean, for instance, just look at the fact that just about every single player model is either bald or has incredibly short hair, or you don't even see their hair. Now, part of the reason for this is that A, it's very difficult, apparently, to animate hair during this time. I can't necessarily blame them for doing this, because it is much, much easier. A lot of them are also Marines and security guys, so you wouldn't necessarily blame them for having short hair. Not to mention, it doesn't technically make sense, because they're working with all this equipment, and you don't want to die because your fucking hair got sucked into a machine. God, his neck looked like scrotal meat. Delicious scrotal meat. Duh. Is it? No. What's his name? Kruger? Kroger? I can't remember. Oh, and this guy, he's just like, I'm looking forward. You didn't see nothing. Didn't see shit. I really like a lot of the designs going into this. It is a little weird though, because this all takes place in 2145, and if you look at everything, it kind of almost looks like it takes place in like a not too distant future, much less distant than that, because you'd think after hundreds of years, or 100 and what? 30 years now?
Yeah, I saw those suits arrive too. Weird.
130 years. Oh, yeah, almost 130 years now. It's gonna be 2015 before you know it. You'd think that we would have developed past that point. I skipped the cutscene right there because I didn't really want to record Sergeant Kelly talking because I didn't give a fuck. Another laserdisc for my collection of laserdiscs. Oh, and here I am. Here's this guy shoving this down. Oh, something that's kind of weird about this game is that there's nobody really other than white people and like 3 Asian guys. I really think it's like 3. I know there's 1 Marine, there's a scientist dude I'm gonna find here in just a minute. There's...
The UAC cares about the quality of life of its employees.
I don't know, I don't even want to say they use the head model very often. Oh, and I accidentally ran ahead of my sentry bot. The little cute sentry bot that's supposed to be escorting me. That'll open up later. Of course, I don't know that then, so I'm trying to think about fucking around with it, but then I decide not to. Open up. Okay. And I skipped all this part. I skipped a little bit of it just where I pick up the armor and weapon because it's right after the elevator. It's just them talking for a minute. There's that guy talking. This is a really dangerous place to work. I mean, for one, you're pretty interchangeable because everyone's wearing like an orange jumpsuit or security armor. So there's like 80 of you in your own sector. Oh, and I was talking here, of course you can't hear it, I was talking here about how this all reminds me of the Nostromo from the first Aliens movie, and originally the first Doom was going to be an Aliens game, which I thought was really interesting. I didn't know that. But then it didn't really work out, so we got something completely different. But here you can actually really see a lot of references to Aliens. You can see the overall kind of, I don't want to say decaying, but it's not exactly the nicest ship you've ever been on. Or not nicest ship, nicest Mars colony. It's not the nicest place you've ever been in the future there. It's a little run down, and it's interesting to think about that, because in the future, I mean, this is run by a Union Aerospace Company, which at the very the intro talks about how they're the largest corporate entity ever. But you can tell this is a really shitty place. I wouldn't want to work here. Oh, something that they changed from this to the BFG edition, or from the old one to the BFG edition, is that your flashlight, you can now just have it out. Like, you don't have to be actually holding it. And wow, look at this guy's armor. This guy's armor is so fucking cool. Oh, and there I took his gun. We'll see if that doesn't fuck him over later when he's just like, oh man, I wish I had my gun. I wish that green asshole didn't take it. By the way, look at that monitor. What the fuck do you think that monitor is actually telling him? I'm pretty convinced it's not telling him anything, because I don't know what on earth he would just be sitting on that box monitoring. God. Now this is the part that always made me question the armor in this, because maybe it's kind of going back to the armor in like the original Doom that didn't have any sleeves, because you can see on my character model, or you can see on everybody's character models, that they don't have sleeves. So I'm just like running through this like, oh, by the way, this really impressed me early on when I could just move, when I first played this, and I could move the little mouse on the screen. I thought that was absolutely fucking amazing. Okay, open up. I paused there even though I didn't need to. I thought there was going to be a loading section, and then there wasn't. Jeez, look how fucking dark this game is. Oh, and then this guy's giving his whole spiel.
You must let me get this communication out. They have to be warned while there is still time. I can't let... I don't know what I've seen. You can't possibly understand or comprehend.
The devil is real.
I know.
Whatever you say, crazy. I like how generic our guy looks. Like, there's nothing that really distinguishes him at all. Not even any real scars or anything like that. Ah, man, I should probably just shoot him there. Then in there. Oh, he didn't have a head. I have to say that even though I love a lot of the imagery in this, I find the fact that they just decided to use a pentagram for everything, like, you know, they couldn't come up with a new one.